Oh, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents, and yes, we are back in Scotland, and I am so excited. First and foremost, just because I'm back in Scotland with my camera on a little bit of a micro photography trip, but also check out the wintry conditions. This is fantastic. So I've selected a bit of a 2-mile loop walk, and we're going to be accompanied by this beautiful rushing river here. This is Blackwater River. We're around about 30 minutes north of Inverness, so this is a completely, oh my gosh, look at this through here. All the pine trees and that is beautiful. Yeah, this is a bit of a new area for me in the Highlands. It's a sort of place, a sort of area that I would just drive straight through when I'm rushing to get up to the big mountains and stuff like that. But I mean, God, get a look at this. This is a right treat. So I've got with me my OM system set up today with my 12-60 Panasonic Leica lens and my Olympus 7-14mm wide angle lens. So nice and simple, because it's, you know, such a short walk as well. I've not even got a backpack on me and it just feels brilliant. Now it's -1 this morning, which is just fantastic. First time I could say it's freezing, and you know, I mean it literally, since I suppose last winter. Now one thing I am hoping for in saying all that, you know, it's so wintry and all that, is some signs of autumn, some very late signs of autumn, especially because I'm so much more north in Britain. But we're getting a few bits and bobs. I don't know if that looks like a bit of a silver birch sapling down there. I don't even know if you can see that. Nice bit of splash of yellow. I just saw one up through the trees here in this direction. But yeah, I spoke about this quite recently in an autumnal photography shoot video, and I said, you know, that's all you need. Little bits and bobs of autumn. You know, it doesn't need to be a huge, vibrant, overwhelming collection of colour. That is all you need. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for that as well. But as always, you know, no pressure. It's just a nice little walk through this winter/autumnal wonderland here. Oh man, get a look at all the bracken and everything. I'm already thinking like intimate photography as well. You know what? I'll be honest. It's lovely to be up in the Highlands, because it's still well into the Highlands, but not be so fixated on big mountains and stuff like that. And yeah, wide angle photography, it's nice to come up here and enjoy something different, for me at least, because I'm usually, like I said before, straight up to the lochs, the glens and the big dramatic scenes. Wow, look at that. I think it's a rowan tree, is it? I just see the red berries and automatically I think it's a rowan tree, but I need to come back over this way, because look, there's obviously a thin layer of snow on the trunk, and it's just making for this wonderful contrast between, you know, the bright white trunk and all of the red berries, and then actually quite a dark background. So, ooh, it's a bit messy, but I might try and see if I can make something of this. Yeah, so I'm just trying a bit of a sort of classic square crop really. I'm zoomed in, not fully. We're looking at about 50mm, I think. Maybe a bit less. No, about 50mm exactly, maybe even a bit less than 50. And just creating a square crop of kind of one section of this rowan tree. I said I think it's a rowan tree, with the one branch that's sort of sticking out to the right hand side. My only issue is, like I said a second ago, I think I worry that it's going to be a little bit too messy, but we'll get this now. I've just got to make sure I don't get any of these pine trees down in the foreground. There we go. f3.9, 1/100th of a second, I think, and ISO's down at 200. But I think my hope here, obviously you're seeing the image now, my hope is that I've managed to accentuate everything that I like about this image in post-processing, bring up the vibrance of the berries, bring up the luminance of the tree trunk with the thin layer of snow, and actually darken that messy background a little bit more. So hopefully that's worked. And you know what, this is a cliche that I will just repeat forever, because I love it, and I kind of work by this cliche when I'm out with my camera. It is just so nice to get one photograph in the bag. I love it, because that's you off then, you're off the mark, you know, and then you can concentrate on everything else, knowing that you've already got an image in the bag. There's something about that kind of stodgy feeling almost of, you know, you've been out for ages. Sometimes you're out for hours and you haven't taken any photographs. It starts building on you. I just can't help it. It's like a pressure that starts building on me, and I cannot help it. It's just, I need to just get something on my memory card. I don't think there's a photograph here. I've only come 2 seconds from, you can maybe see that rowan tree there in the background. Oh, it looks nice from this angle as well. Well, now I was just going to show you this sort of silver birch tree again. Very, very late autumn, but you know, hopefully there's a few signs of that. I think it's good here because we're in like a little bit of a gorge, which I guess helps for a lot of these trees to have stayed a bit sheltered. You know, even here, look at this, the reds of the berries, a few yellows of the silver birch. Oh, what a spot! This is class, man. Yeah, it was a nice little waterfall that, just next to that bridge there. But I couldn't quite make anything of it. I did get this photograph just from the bridge, literally, but it felt like a bit, sort of one of them photographs where you just, you know, oh, nice waterfall, let's grab a photograph, and you don't really think too much about composition, but, you know, it looked all right. And then, as you've seen, I got a bit closer to it, seeing if I could make something work, but it wasn't for me. I tell you what, man, you know what I love about this time of year? It's just so quiet. I know, obviously, because we're in the Highlands as well, as opposed, you know, to my usual locations of places like the Lake District and stuff where it is just a lot busier by its very nature, but it's just dead. You know, winter, not as many people seem to come out. It's class. Watch a big coach load of people turn up now. Oh, no, it's just feels so peaceful. So I feel like I always want to say this when I come up to the Highlands, but I just wanted to say thank you so much to yous lot. This is my heaven, and you know, I'm so grateful for all of yous that watch my little adventures every week. And you know, I promise to yous and to myself that I will never lose this gratitude and this awareness, I suppose, that it's yous lot that allow this to happen week after week and year after year. And you know, this is, I mean, I didn't actually plan on saying this, it's just come into my head now, but I've been doing this now 5 years full time. I cannot believe that those words are even coming out of my mouth, because you know, this was never meant to be a business. This was never meant to be the plan for my life. I never knew that it could get this good. You know, this is my passion, this is my dream, and I get to do this, like I said, week in, week out. I get to come up to places like this that mean everything to me, and I really hope these little adventures and photographs and chats that I have with you, you know, help to give something back, you know, for your enjoyment or whatever. Maybe some people that can't get up to the Highlands for whatever reason, and you just get to live it through me a little bit. But yeah, look, thank you all so much. 5 years full time doing this, absolute madness. So do you not think it's strange, the things as a photographer that catches your eye? First thing that's caught my eye is that light, right? Look at it there, shining through. That is beautiful. But secondly, you ain't even going to be able to see it from here, it's really subtle, is, I think, yeah, it looks like a sapling birch tree. Ugh. And look at the leaves. If we can, I'm even going to have to get a little bit closer so that you can see this. Look, they're just capturing that glow. And I might try and grab a little bit of a square crop. See, the light's just dipped again now, but yeah, a little bit of a square crop of one of these leaves as it's capturing that glow from behind the leaf. That is just beautiful. Oh man, that was well awkward. I couldn't really show it to you as, you know, how I was taking it, but there's the image. To be honest, as soon as I got the camera out and started trying to take the shot, the background glow disappeared, so it's probably not as nice as I first thought when I saw the light coming through the leaves. But either way, yeah, it was worth taking. I love them little shots. If you watch me regularly, you know how much I love them. little intimate images of leaves with so much detail. And yeah, one thing that's really interesting with this image, and a lot like these when you're shooting so close to it, maybe a good little tip is be really careful with your aperture, you know, especially if you're just shooting handheld and the leaf is moving like it so often is, especially when it's on a branch as opposed to just lying on the floor. You know, oftentimes, like for example, that image was taken at f5.6, so f11 on a full frame. You're so close to the leaf, you know, even at a wide open aperture, you're still getting, or sorry, a closed aperture, you're still getting such a load of beautiful background blur, just like in that shot, even at f5.6 on micro four thirds. I think the temptation is to shoot wide open and try and get as much of that background blur as you can possibly eke out of your lens, which I think is, yes, it's a good way to think, but basically you've got to be really careful with your focus. I was noticing at f2.8 with my lens, you know, a little bit of the leaf was in focus and the top of the leaf was kind of out of focus a little bit. As soon as I stopped down, you know, the whole thing was in focus. But yeah, just be careful with that. Oh. So yeah, what we do on this walk is we're with this Blackwater River the whole way. We head down this path and then we actually cross another beautiful stone bridge where I'm hoping there's going to be a photograph there. And then we just sort of come back on ourselves all the way back to the car park. I think I might have said it's only a couple of miles. It's not a long walk or anything, but boy, is it beautiful. So if you don't mind, I quickly just wanted to say that my 2025 calendar is still for sale. I have a select few left, and yeah, if you'd like to buy one before the end of the year, obviously ready for the new year, if you'd like to buy it as a gift for somebody, you can head over to my website, henryturnerphotography.co.uk, or there'll be a link in the video description below. And yeah, I ship internationally. I'll try and get it out as quickly as I can. It's just me doing it on my own. And I appreciate any purchases that have already been made. It means the absolute world to me and my channel, and you know, running this as a business or whatever. And anyone that decides to purchase one as well, thank you so very much. I can't wait to send it out to you. But yeah, it's a wonderful little product. It's one that I'm really proud of. Of course, it's got 12 images from the past year or two that I've taken, many of which will be from here up in Scotland, Lake District, Wales. There's a couple actually from overseas as well, which is something a bit different for me. And every image has got the EXIF data underneath it, the camera settings that I use and things like that. And yeah, thank you all very much for your support if you decide to purchase my 2025 calendar. Cheers. So here we go. As you can see, we've made it to the second bridge. So obviously we're going to cross here now and then start heading back on ourselves. The only thing is, like I said, I think I'd like to try and get a photograph of this. And I don't know, maybe I need to be over the other side of the bridge and maybe down on the banks over there so I can look back on it. But yeah, I'm just going to try and take my time here and yeah, spend a few minutes just trying to see if I can get a foot. Wow, look at that, how it opens out back there. That is fantastic. It's nice to have a bit of light as well, because the whole drive here was sunlight, and as soon as I got here I kind of came into a lot more clouds. Wow, that looks class. Don't know if there's necessarily a photograph there, but look at that in the background. How cool is that? Beautiful light coming down through the clouds there onto that field. Oh, there's a bit of dinner down there for you. Whoa. Oh, that's well cool, isn't it? So yeah, I'm going to see if there's anywhere I can get a photograph of this bridge. I just think it would be lovely. Look at that. That is so cool, isn't it? Yeah, let's have a little explore. So yeah, I've been spending a good bit of time here, and this is probably the best position that I've managed to get. As you can see, well, it's not as nice as it was, but we were getting some beautiful light kind of shining through the arch in that bridge there, but I'm not sure about it, you know. Firstly, it's kind of dodgy here, a bit slippy. I'll end up sliding down into Blackwater River, but also I just don't really think there's a shot there. This is probably the best one that I managed to get. and I have no idea which one I'm showing you there. In fact, I was taking some photographs down here of these cascades. It might even be that. And yeah, most of the shots actually that I was taking have nothing to do with the bridge, because look at it. It's beautiful to look at, but I just couldn't figure out a photograph. We're just getting a really nice moment of light, and this is actually the path here, but the good thing is, because a lot of the pine needles have fallen, we're getting this beautiful kind of autumny, rusty colour down on the floor, this kind of copper colour, you know, that covers up a lot of the imperfections of the path, if you will. But yeah, the light, I'll try and show you. Don't know if it's going to be too far away, but look, I don't know if you can see my shadow here. It's so subtle, just the shadow of that tree trunk going that way. Obviously the light's coming from up there. And I'm just trying to, where was it? Yeah, trying to frame up a shot here. I'll just take my lens cap off as well. Good tip for you there. There we go. Yeah, I just want that trunk on the right hand side. There we go, and that's the shot there. And again, try and pay attention to the light. I just think it's so subtle, but it makes the world of difference as it's kind of being filtered through the clouds there on the right hand side. Really cool. Oh man, I just love this kind of feeling as a photographer when you're out, and it just feels really sort of free flowing, and the photographs are just coming, and I know exactly what it is. I know what it is. It's a lack of pressure. It's just a lack of expectation of oh, today I'm going to get some good photographs because A, B, C, D, whatever it is, the conditions are nice. We've got snow on the ground. We've got some signs of autumn. The light's coming in and out of the clouds every now and again. I'm in a beautiful location. All of these things that we constantly tell ourselves is pressure, ultimately, isn't it? Of, reasons as to why you should be coming away with good photographs. But when all of that goes out the window, like it is today, I feel like it's not really something that I can control, though. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm in the mood to get good photographs, and I don't think it's very helpful. Sometimes, like today, I'm in the mood to just enjoy a nice walk and take some snaps really with my camera. And if I get anything decent by the time I've got back to the car or whatever, then fantastic. If not, fantastic, I'm not bothered. Oh. Let's be honest. The location does help, doesn't it? The location helps for getting good photographs in the first place, but it also helps to almost take your mind off the photography a little bit. It sounds odd, doesn't it? A bit contradictory, but I feel like that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes when we can actually take our mind away from the photography and just into the enjoyment of where we are, it can actually go full circle and you can actually get decent photographs. Sometimes. Oh, we got some bigger falls down here. Oh, I mean, look at that even. Beautiful big pine tree there. Absolutely gorgeous, full of character. And then just nice little vista down. Oh, gosh, man. You'd have the camera out every 2 minutes. So yeah, I just wanted to have a little look what's going down here. You could just tell by the volume more than anything else. Wow. Look at this. This is just class, man. Oh, wow. Again, to me, really, this is just an anonymous area of the Scottish Highlands that I bought this book the other day, and I've showed this before, but a different location, and they're so good, honestly. And I found this walk in that book, and I think I've said this before, I think, but like walking books as opposed to photography books can just be so brilliant for finding good places to photograph, because obviously, generally speaking, if a walk is worth noting down, then it's probably going to be photogenic and there's going to be nice things to look at. So yeah, don't dismiss just like normal walking books, touristy walking books, whatever, to find good photography locations, because yeah, you can find some right little gems just like this. What a beast. there is just some really nice light at the moment. Look at this. Again, it's so subtle. And I was meant to say this when I got the photograph before, probably a rubbish photograph of the silver birch leaf. Remember the intimate photograph of the yellow leaf really close? And what I was meant to say is something that I referred to a few weeks ago here on the YouTube channel, and that is to try and kind of, you hear it all the time, don't you? Chase the light. But think about that literally, like look at me now, how I'm glowing because the light's coming through here. Again, it kind of contradicts everything that I was just saying a second ago of like, not really that bothered, just nice to have a walk. And there's me now saying I'm getting stuck into some intricacies of outdoor photography. But you know what I mean? Like, look at where the light's coming through and actually start thinking about photography in terms of where the light is, because we can't control that and it changes all the time. So now the light's coming from up there. I'm walking this way, but I'm actually like turning around every now and again. Again here, I was just looking at the light there again. I was going to say about these waterfalls, but look, I think as a photography, you've got to let this happen, you know. Let the light catch your eye. First, let the light catch your eye, and then secondly, start trying to look at compositions as to where the light is. That's what I was on about before. I was just going to say about these falls, absolutely beautiful. So beautiful, so cool, but you know, other than maybe zooming in and isolating the waterfalls, not really any photographs for me. Wow, look at, I'm just looking, what's this here? It's just a sort of mature birch tree, isn't it? Just looking at the way the light is kind of shining through all of these kind of rain droplets on all of the branches that are drooping down. Look at that, if you can see that, I don't know. So cool, isn't it? Let me try and show you up there, look. You can get a bit higher than me. I don't know if you can see any of that, but yeah. It's been really nice because that light has just been in and out, in and out. You know when the light goes and it really feels like that's it, the light's gone now. And then it just slowly starts emerging again. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get a photograph here. There's something really attracting me to this. I just feel like I'm kind of always in a rush because like I just said, the light's just coming and going so quickly. Right, I need to think about this. Oh, see, look, does anyone else do this, by the way? This is surely just me. I shouldn't even be sharing this information. It doesn't make me look very intelligent. Put it into a square crop like that, you know, so that you can visualize the photograph as a 1x1. Does anyone ever shoot it like that in landscape? And then you think, oh no, maybe it'll look better in portrait, and you go like that. And you just, you know, 90 degrees, change the square, as if it makes a difference. Anyway, I've tried a few different things. I don't really know what to say, because I've taken about 4 different shots, but that is my favourite one of the bunch. I was trying square crops, I was trying 16x9s and all sorts. And yeah, it was definitely all about the light, and all I was trying to do, hopefully this is represented in this photograph you're seeing now, I was trying to make it, you know, a little bit neat. You know, it felt a bit chaotic, and I was trying to tidy things up a little bit. So I have got, for anyone that's interested, ebooks. I've got 3 different ebooks. One are some wonderful photography locations spread around Scotland with as much detail as I could pack into them, including if there's toilets, where to park your car, what to expect from the location. I've also got a locational ebook of the Lake District, and it's pretty much exactly the same format. And I've also got an ebook on composition to try and help people get the best out of composition in landscape photography. I've had fantastic feedback from all 3 of them. There's even like a package price to buy all 3. just like the calendar, like I mentioned before, it's another fantastic way that you could support this channel. So honestly, thank you so much. Let's see if I can get another 5 years out of this. We'll see. A big thank you to my Ko-fi members as well. It's another way you can support the channel. It's a Ko-fi membership. You get a few added extras and an extra video every month, and yeah, go and check it out if you fancy it. But thank you all so much for tuning in. A wonderful little adventure here in the Highlands. And yeah, there'll be a video from the Highlands as well next week, so be sure to subscribe. Cheers, ladies and gents. See you on the next adventure. Out.